Do you think it would be possible to crush a testicle using only your hands?
Oh my God. Okay. What's happening? Why? Why are you asking us? Like, you know what I mean?
He ends it with after 40 questions. If there's somewhere better I could send it, I could send the PDF file. Yay! Okay, boom. We're going. We're in.
Happy Thursday, because Thursday's when it's going to be hitting your ears. It's actually Monday, not going to lie to you, but we back.
We back. We always record on Monday, though.
Yeah, I know.
It's a little earlier today, though. It feels a little strange. But
I know.
We're here.
And
we got our coffee,
out.
which also I can't usually drink at 7 p.m. when we record. So it feels
good idea. Yeah, because it's only 4 right now. Ellie got us our little coffees, and then Soph added protein. What is it? Which mix is it? Quest?
Okay, yeah. I'm going to put you guys on something. So go order a cold brew or whatever iced coffee you prefer from Starbucks, Caribou, wherever the hell. And then if you add the Quest salted caramel protein drink to that, it
so
tastes, good. It's like tastes so guilty, and honestly, lots of protein, low in sugar. It's so good.
God, it's good.
I mean, obviously there's probably some fillers in the Quest drink. I'm not saying like it's very clean, but it tastes good and the macros are perfecto.
Honestly, lately I've just been focusing on getting enough protein, because that's what Sophie kind of got me on. Protein and eating like good real foods. Like that's really all I've been focusing on. Oh yeah, but then I was in New York this weekend and I had like as much pizza and pasta for like 14 years. So
any drinks?
Yes I drank. I had drinks.
Well,
I had seltzers.
I'm not gonna lie, you look really good today. And
wow.
I couldn't figure out why, but it might be your little tan.
I have a spray tan. I don't condone fake bacon, so get out of that tanning booth and go over to, I wanted to like pretend that was an ad. Go over to the Glow's garage and get your tan.
If you have to tan,
I need to relax.
If you have to tan yourself, like at your place, what do you use?
Oh, when I'm at home, you mean? Usually I use, it's called Bondi Sands. It's kind of a random company, but
I've heard of that.
As long as, and get a glove. Don't mess around with tanning with your hand. Like, because I've done that mistake and I had orange under every single fingernail, and I like of course, all of a sudden you have to use your right hand so much. Mm-hmm. Hey, hi guys, flagging the guy down or waving. Don't do that.
Do you like that better than Isles of Paradise?
To be honest, yes. I like Isles of Paradise for my face, because Isles of Paradise peels on my body and my skin does not like tanner at all, like no kind, so it gets all flaky. I like Isles of Paradise on my face, Bondi Sands on my body. I'm trying another one that Christina put me on, Alter Christina, and she's looks amazing always, and it's
yeah, she does.
It's Tarte.
Oh,
like the makeup company. Yeah. I'll let you guys know what I think. I just don't like to be albino.
Well,
you want to give us our little intro?
Yeah. Welcome back to Straight Candid Podcast, where we take pride in saying the wrong thing, drinking too much caffeine, and talking too fast. Here at Straight Candid, we live unfiltered, no edits, deletes, or drags and drops. Just two Minneapolis girls who keep it candid and hit record. Let's get into it.
Ooh, dog. Okay, so
that was a rough one.
No,
we're gonna continue.
No, we're good. We're still getting woken up. It's a Monday, you guys. Like, give us a little.
It's
slack.
a Monday.
So a little housekeeping before we get into our episode. Producer people, we are still looking for a producer. If we have not gotten back to you, don't have any butthurt feelings. We are still getting back to everybody. We've had a lot of things come up recently, which we announced. We had Manscaped. We now have Bud Light. There's exciting things happening with our merch, which is coming soon.
We've just been busy, and I'll be like, we have seen your emails. We'll just tell you that now, but we'll get back to you guys very shortly. So if you're one of those people that reached out, just hold your horses, and we're excited to meet you and chat more. What else would we we had a workout class.
Oh my God.
Was it last Saturday?
I guess. Yeah. Whoa, that feels a long time ago for some reason.
So fun, huge success. And you guys, we have a few more coming up if you weren't able to make it. This is just a workout class in Uptown.
Yep.
At KLASS Minneapolis. And so save the date. We have one on June 5th.
Yep.
And then also July 17th, which is the day before my birthday. So it's going to be popping.
It's going to be good. We'll probably have a cake, just FYI. I'm already like thinking about those things. 10:30
a.m.
And KLASS Uptown. What was I going to say about KLASS Uptown? Oh, in our class, you guys and girls, welcome. Bring your friends, bring your boyfriend. If you're a guy, bring your girlfriend, whatever it is. If you're a boy with a boyfriend, bring your boyfriend too. A girl with a girlfriend, bring your girlfriend, huh? I had to do everything. You have to be inclusive.
Can we talk about the one guy that came to our class?
Oh my God, he was so nice. He was such a sweetie. We only had one this time. I think he was a little nervous. He was going to be the only guy, and well, he was. But guess what? He had a blast, and he's coming back. He
had so much fun, and we were like, dude, you're the only. We got some BDE in here because of you, and the girls were like cheering him on. Yeah. I'm just gonna say, like, low key, if you are a guy, it was a great place to be. He set himself up for success.
Met a few cuties, if you know what I mean.
I also rode his motorcycle after class. I go, hey, his name's Jeremiah. He's cool. I was like, awesome. Hey, Jeremiah, you wanna can I have a ride? And so I go,
Sid. What the hell? I'm standing right behind her. I go, what the hell? What? And she goes,
I drove Sid.
Yeah, came in her car. I'm like, what do you mean you're gonna ride in his motorcycle? She's like, well, here, take my keys. Here, you can meet me over there. I go, what the hell? I have to go drive your car.
I'm like, thanks, Sid. See you later.
It's like, okay. And then they're like, drive slow because I'll like lead you over there because he didn't know where to go. So I'm literally in the car alone. The Bluetooth doesn't turn on or anything, just like sweaty and mad. I'm like, and I'm looking in the rearview mirror and she's like, woo, waving her hands around, has her phone. Like I'm just like, God damn it, I hate this. I had FOMO the whole time.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh, last week we had our Truth or Drink episode and our first ever Bud Light Seltzer sponsored ad, which was so sick.
And our first ever drinking on a podcast.
That's what I was gonna say.
Hardcore drinking.
The Black Pocket Boys were a blast. It was actually so fun, and it was good to have that energy and good to tell you guys like where we came from. And so if you haven't listened to that one yet, I suggest you go back. But just FYI. Fun. We probably won't be doing a drinking episode ever again. We don't know. We'll see.
I will say, like,
maybe
we had a ton of good feedback. Like, everyone was like, that was our favorite episode because it was fun. It was upbeat.
Playful.
It was playful. We want to keep that content, but you guys, like, I'm already very crazy and when I'm sober. So if I have any alcohol, like, I felt ditzy. I felt like I couldn't like keep my train of thoughts. So I'm like, I do not want to do a drinking one again. Also, can we share with Andrew right now? Because Andrew's behind the camera right now, about our shot beforehand. Oh, so we all took tequila shots.
Yeah, we have some beans to spill.
So Sid and I knew that we're gonna get drunk faster than the boys, right? I personally, like, I knew I didn't want to be too drunk or else it was gonna be very difficult. So
Andrew already has his hand in
we wanted everyone to, start to get a little loose at the beginning. So we all take a shot together. We had these shots poured before the boys walked in.
Let me tell you what was in the cup.
Sid and I's.
It was water. We literally poured you tequila shots and we had water shots. And all my friends sent the post and they go, excuse me, what? You drink tequila now? And like kept responding.
I
did, but
during the episode.
Hell no, I can't. Yeah. I can't take like a full on like double shot glass. And Andrew and Declan over there tossing it back and we both had to go, that one burned a little bit. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, Sid, so we took a video of the pre-shot. I watched the video and I was like, okay, Sid was way too good at faking that shot.
Have I ever done that before? No.
But we did drink on the episode, obviously, because you can tell if you listened or watched.
Listen, if you're at the bar and you don't want to drink, but you want to be there and be social and don't want to hear it from your friends, get a freaking water with a lime. Nobody has any idea. Even drunk people will try it and they'll be like, ooh, yours is a little strong. And you're like, yeah, it is. No, it's not at all.
Or just do the 2-sip thing like Andrew's dad.
Oh, yeah, the 2-sip
telling
rule.
Us about.
Or how many times have you, but I'm saying I have too, taken a shot. I'm using quotes, air quotes, throw it over the shoulder and you're like, oh, that was tough.
That was hard. I'll be honest. I need to start doing that more because I'm like, I don't want to waste this like it was bought for me. So I'm not taking it.
Who cares?
I know. I didn't drink last weekend and it felt really good. So I want to kind of keep that going for a little bit. So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of getting up. I'm ramping up what I'm going to feel for Boachella.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because Boachella's coming up, by the way, link in our bio always. Scroll down. It's under all of our episodes, but you'll see it. We've got the logo in there and everything.
Hoot hoot. Hoot hoot. Boachella though, July 24th, Stillwater at 2 p.m. It's going to be like a 4-story boat, big party. We've talked about it before. We want you guys to come. And I kind of want to talk about a little bit about our experience with it. So I went last year. It was so fun. I was dancing, drinking, having a good time. Apparently, I met our now intern, Ellie. So, Ellie, come on over here. First of all, she looks hot. She got her hair done today.
She does. That brown-haired girl.
I just want to hear about Ellie's experience at Boachella last year because apparently we met. Let's hear it. Take a seat. Hi, intern. Ellie, our little lover.
Yeah, so I went to Boachella last year. I went on a whim with just a really random group of people, but it was something to do. And I get there, and some girl is like handing out tequila shots out of a bottle to my whole entire group. She's like, you guys everyone has to take one before you get on the boat. And I come to realize it's Sophie.
I do not. Who could that be? No.
Right? None other.
Wait, was it outside of the boat?
Yes, it was by all of our cars.
Yeah. It was probably out of a water bottle or something too.
No, it was like a full bottle. Oh yeah. God.
Well,
it's like, get after it.
Yeah, maybe I sneaked that in. Yeah. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it was so much fun. The music was great. I won a hat. I still wear it. Yeah, it was super fun. You never know who you're gonna meet, so definitely get your tickets. I already bought mine. The whole group that I went with last year, at least all the girls are going, so
yes,
it'll be a blast.
Love it. Thanks, Ellie. And yeah, you guys, when you get off the boat last year, I don't know what we're doing this year, but when we got off the boat last year, there was Famous Dave's, right?
Oh, yummy.
Waiting for us, and we were all just like pounding sandwiches and pulled pork, and I think I stole someone else's too because he was too drunk and laying on the ground. I'm like, can I have your sandwich?
I had so much FOMO when I didn't go last year, but literally the reason I didn't go is because it was like during a weird COVID time where people were so wishy-washy. My grandma said, if you go on that boat, you're disowned. And I said, okay, I will not be going on the boat. My grandma scares the shit out of me. She's 84 and she's scary. Okay?
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Her. I will say it was a little, you had to take the risks last year and make sure you quarantined
after.
It was definitely a time, but
it's going to be so fun though. Wait, Andrew, what are the numbers at right now? Do you know how full
tickets?
Are we? 224 tickets sold as of right now. So
not
if
a
you're
lot
listening,
left.
I was going to say that's almost full.
Yeah.
Yeah, less than 100 left. So if you're on it, you guys, you want to come, get on it. We're going to be there. It'll be fun. You'll be able to chit chat with all the crew that you listen to. It's just kind of weird. Yeah. I'm like, I want to meet everybody. Okay. Can we talk about something really quick before we dive into the episode?
Yes. What do you want to talk about?
We got a DM.
Oh my God. I know what you're going to say.
I have to just share this.
Wait, you got to pull it up.
I'm going to pull it up because I have never seen anything like this in my entire life.
You want to know what's even greater is
what?
I was at my cousin's grad party when I was reading this DM, and my jaw was on the floor.
I'm going to read you it.
I'm
not going to read it.
With my grandma across the table. Oh, no, I want to read some of it.
Oh, no, I said I'm not going to read the whole thing is what I was going to say because
I think you should read the whole thing in like really fast.
I'll try to be quick, but there's 30 questions that they wrote out, okay?
I think it was from that one episode,
Oh.
Oh, it came from the girl. Okay, the kicking the ball story. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Episode 20.
So, all right. So that was in episode 20. Okay. Here's what the person says. On a whim, by the way. This says no correlation to any post. Hey, I saw your YouTube. You were talking about doing a balls Q&A. Well, in case you were actually interested, I have one here. I don't think that's why I was like, no, I'm not. I'm shaking my head though.
Hey guys, we're gonna do a balls question and answer.
It's
all
just
about
funny, you guys.
balls.
So read it if you'd like. Laugh your ass off. Maybe answer some of the questions. I don't know. You're the ones with the podcast. Questionnaire. Ready? And it's a questionnaire sheet with 30 questions. Okay. Ready for this?
I just saw his username.
Yeah.
It has Crusher in
it. I think there's a little bit of a fetish going on, if I have to guess. I'm sorry if you're listening to this and I'm wrongly saying these things, but I'm not going to say your name, so whatever. Let me read a few to you. Question number 1. Have you ever kicked a man in the testicles before? If so, why? What was his reaction? 2. Have you ever seen someone get kicked in the testicles? What was his reaction? That's the same question. 3. In what situation would you ever see yourself actually kicking someone in the testicles? 4. If you were dating a guy and he told you that it would turn him on to have you kick him in the testicles, how would that make you feel? 5. Would you rather be with a man that has large testicles or small testicles? Why? What's going on? Why?
What is your honest opinion of men who only have one testicle? What about a man who has no testicles? If someone you knew lost his testicle in an accident, how would you feel? Okay, Syd, I'm going to ask you one. You actually have to answer. Let's find a funny one. Let's find a funny one.
But you guys, but what?
Okay. In case you haven't heard of them, Rocky Mountain oysters are bull testicles. They are considered a delicacy and consumed in many parts of the world. Would you ever eat a bull testicle?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like people actually eat them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And since we're calling you out, sure, we'll answer a few of these. Do you think it would be possible to crush a testicle using only your hands?
Oh my God. Okay. What's happening? why? Out of all the, why are you asking us? Like, you know what I mean?
He ends it with after 40 questions. If there's somewhere better, I could send it. I could send the PDF file. So, but
it's a PDF
I just
of
thought
ball crushing questions.
It probably is a fetish, but I'll be like, apparently it's a thing because episode 20, like we talked about, the guy liked to be kicked in the balls. And I know we're making this sound weird, but everyone has some weird fetishes.
Everybody is.
If you're into that, that's awesome. And I just think it's a little funny that we got sent 40 questions of. I didn't know you could ask so many questions about balls, which is why it's kind of great. But
yeah, personally, I don't see myself ever doing that. So I don't know. I think I was pretty honest about that. I laughed my booty off.
I wouldn't mind kicking a guy in the testicles as hard as I could.
If he deserved it, yeah. Sure be doing that.
If it was someone I didn't like, I would do it for sure. Okay, so that was our, I don't know. We just wanted to talk about it.
A little cleanup. Little bit of a transition, you guys. Bud Light Seltzers Iced Tea and Bud Light Seltzers Lemonade are the perfect combination for summer. I'll be drinking them all summer. I know that. And also, Memorial Day is coming up.
Yes.
This coming weekend, I am so freaking hyped. I got Monday off of work. I'm going to be on the lake all weekend. I'm going to pack my little seltzers. Yes, you are, by the way.
And what are we drinking?
You can come. Bud Light Seltzers. I'm going to do the iced tea and the lemonade combo. So I'm going to probably keep it to the... I might try a few, but I really wanted to try the apple one, so I have that today. It's so basically the tea is apple, and the seltzer lemonade, the classic seltzer lemonade, is black cherry, which is actually sounds so good. So I'm gonna be comboing it all weekend, and just make, I don't know, little drinks for my little friends on the boat. You know me. I can't wait to like surf all weekend though. That's like what I'm looking forward to. So pumped. But we'll be together.
Yes.
And we'll be basking in the sun.
Hell yeah.
And then you'll look like you had a spray tan.
How to surf, right?
Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to surf. But everyone's packing their koozies. We're going to make it a fun lake day. And I'm going to be a nice guy and share my seltzers. So that's how you can, because we're talking about friends, you guys. That's how you can make an easy friend.
Yeah.
Toss them a drink.
Toss them a seltzer.
Yeah, toss them a freaking seltzer. No,
even better, make the combination, then toss it to them.
Exactly. I just had an epiphany though, and I feel like I just had deja vu. I don't know if we talked about this already.
Let me hear.
I just thought of something, or maybe I didn't just think of it. I don't really know. That the reason these don't upset my stomach is because it's less carbonated.
Oh.
Did we?
I don't know.
Did you say that?
No. No.
Oh,
you just said they were
smoother.
Yeah, and you said they were gluten-free, which you can't have gluten lately too.
Well, the tea's not as carbonated. So it's like, oh, my stomach doesn't hurt. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Actually.
So I was like, oh, that's why I can actually drink them and not feel like ill. Yeah. Anyway. But you guys remember you can get all these different flavors of Bud Light Seltzer delivered at budlight.com/delivery or pick it up at your local neighborhood grocery store, convenience, or liquor store. Lots of flavors to try. They just came out last Monday. So get on it.
Get on it. Boom.
Get on it.
Get on it. Boom. But yeah, making friends, throwing them a seltzer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so it's so easy.
Kind of into I was going to say our topic for the day is going to be talking about friendships. But first, I guess we do have to share a straight candid moment. Hey. You want me to go?
Yeah, you want to go?
Yes. Yeah. I wrote down because I always blank out.
You did one of those.
I think you're rubbing off on me. I don't ever do that.
I have a bad habit of
Okay, so my first straight candid moment was this last week.
Oh, you have a few? I love that. I love when you have a few.
No, the first one's just like a funny story, actually, so I do have to mention it. Okay, so I was at Jack's. This was a couple weeks ago. Was it last Saturday? Yeah, last Saturday after our class.
I was going to say.
Went up to Jack's, and I also saw some girls that went to our class at Jack's. Which was
at
fun.
Jack's?
Yeah.
Oh, cute. Okay, fun.
Yeah. So...
the local Minneapolis bar, by the way, if you don't know what that is.
So me and my girlfriend, we were like kind of like eyeing the scene, seeing if there's any cute men out in the crowd. There was no one. First of all, I was like, this sucks. Like,
were they just young or something?
I don't know. The Jack's vibe is just not the kind of people you want to hit on, really.
Well, I saw a meme and it goes, there's 7 million people no, more than that. I think it's 7 billion people in the world, and you think that your one and only is going to be at Jack's Minneapolis. I thought that was pretty good.
Absolutely not.
Not happening.
Okay, so here's the story. So I did see one cute guy, and me and my friend were like, let's follow him. So we follow him. So this is like me when I'm a little tipsy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try flirting. I haven't flirted in a while. Let's do it. And I like flirting. Like, it's fun.
You're good at it.
So I thought so. Just wait. So I follow this guy around. He ends up doing the big ass loop. You know, everyone walks on the bar. You eye out the crowd. You take a little loop.
Everybody does it.
When we go out with you, we're like, let's take a loop. We take a little
let's do a lap. That's what we say. Let's do a lap.
Let's take a lap. It's so stupid. Anyways, he was obviously taking a lap. I'm like, okay, I already don't like you if you're taking laps. But anyways, he ends up downstairs on the second floor. And I saw my finally. He was Snapchatting his friend, like taking shots. And the flash was on, and me and my friend go up to them and like kind of like egg on the shot. Yeah. Like, and then I start chatting with the friend first.
Oh, that was a smart little like sneak in.
I will say I slid in very well, and he was just like not interested. And I was like, what the hell? Like I could tell like he was just trying to get his friend to come, and I was like, dude.
Trying to get you the hell away from him.
I'm like, ugh. Okay, so I'm trying. I'm like, whatever. They left. And so me and my friend were then standing at the bar chatting about like what just happened, the circumstance. And I was like, I was like, damn it. I was like, I wonder if he has a girlfriend. And the bartender comes up. She goes, oh, are you talking about blank? And we were like, oh, yeah, like that guy. And she goes, oh, yeah, that's my boyfriend.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
And we were like chatting about it in front of her because we were pretending like we were getting a drink. And she was like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. And she goes, oh, I love him so much. And I was like, oh I know.
Wait, she was chill about it.
And he was so respectful too, which is why I was like, okay, I like him even more. The fact that he kind of like, he was like nice. He was cordial. And then he like brought his friend back upstairs. So respectful. And I just thought it was very.
Wait, that's really respectful and cute and nice.
I know. But I also felt very rejected, you know, just the usual, but it's fine. I was like, I literally like shit. My heart fell through my asshole. I was like, oh.
You go, that's good.
I was like, oh, that's cute. I like didn't know what to do. It was so weird.
That's like, I like that she was ballsy and said that to you.
And
I also like that she was like, yeah, I love him. Yeah. And then like, that was it.
And I also just wanted to share that straight Candid moment because I love flirting, and some people are always like, oh yeah, you're good at flirting, but I'll just tell you, it doesn't always work out.
It doesn't work when they're taken. No.
Okay, the other straight Candid moment is the fact that my family is all staying at my place tonight. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and all 4 of my family members, besides my brother, is going to be standing or sleeping in my place. So that's going to be fun. And
wait, is your brother here?
No.
Everyone
besides my brother.
Oh, besides you said. Yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, so your mom, your dad, your sister, yourself are staying in your 1-bedroom?
Correct.
Okay.
Because they're transitioning between houses. So I was like, this is going to be really interesting.
They're going to be my parents' neighbors now.
I know.
Our parents are obsessed with each other. It's
I know.
It's kind of funny. I almost said sad, but I didn't mean it like that. I just meant it's just like funny and cute.
I can't wait for our moms to go on walks together.
Oh, they're going to love that.
But then I tried to make a reservation tonight. Everywhere I look, every time to make reservations now in Minneapolis after COVID or after this pandemic, I feel like it is almost impossible.
You got to be quick. You got to be nimble. You got to be looking all around. You got to have your eyes peeled. You got to look around.
Yeah,
look around,
you
look around.
always get good reservations. What are your tips?
Well, you know, first of all, I go on there. I do a small reservation. And then I also call as well because sometimes they're not parallel and they leave some for walk-ins. And they'll tell you if they have walk-in ones.
So walk-in reservations?
Like reservations. So
like it's not a walk-in, or is it?
So so sometimes they like for all. This is a little secret I'll give you. Billy's reservations, like Billy's Sushi, this place in Minneapolis, they always fill out online, always. But if you call and you ask for a reservation for 2 or 4, I guarantee they have a spot. Always. I've never been denied ever. Because they don't put all the reservations up so that people can call. They do it like so they split it up.
They do walk-ins there too.
Yeah. So just do that. I'm trying to think of what else I do. I usually try to look ahead. Yeah. I try to make smaller reservations and see if I can add to it. Like call and be like, hey, can I add one more?
Smart.
How about 2 more? How about 6 more? Anyway, I love food though, so I make it work. If I have to like pretend like I know somebody, I guess I will. Bar La Grassa's open again, by the way. Woo!
I know. I'm so excited. My favorite
restaurant in the world is open again.
It's in North Loop if you haven't heard of it. Bar La Grassa, Italian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What
you got?
So I was in New York this weekend and well, first of all, I didn't see any rats or roaches, which is great. I was visiting Emma. It was a blast. We had a time, but they do have roaches and they told me about that. And literally I was laying in bed and my eyes were just straight open looking at the ceiling. And I'm like, if I have a roach crawl on me.
Wait.
Oh my God, New York is so infested by roaches. Oh yeah.
Even in people's homes?
Oh yeah. That's where they like to live.
Oh.
Yeah, they're nasty little buggers. I had them in Arizona, but anyway, so I'm showering. We're all getting ready. It's Emma's birthday party. It's gonna be so fun. I change, whatever, and I throw on a t-shirt, and then I'm like, I'm changing, and I'm just in my underwear or whatever, and they have this doorbell with this camera, and someone's ringing the doorbell, and they're like, oh, it's Lizzie, our other friend, whatever, coming up. So she's coming up the stairs or whatever, and Mari, the other roommate, was like, go answer the door. Just go grab the door really quick. And I'm like, I go over the door. I'm like, Lizzie. I open the door. I'm in my underwear. Okay, it's Uber Eats. It's the Uber Eats man. He goes, here, here's the pizza. He like wouldn't look, and then he like looked at my eye, and I go, I'm so sorry. And he goes, have a good day. And he literally ran. He dropped the bag of salad, dropped it on the ground, and ran down the stairs. Like I scared the crap out of him. Yes, I scared the crap out of him.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't drop the pizza, but he dropped the salad. So Uber Eats man saw me naked, and you know what? We're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that was different.
Did you have like a long shirt on, or were you like?
It wasn't a long shirt.
It was like butt out, like
and I had neon orange underwear on.
That's so stupid because it's like just like a swimsuit, and
but
men act like
he probably thought I was like, hey,
yeah,
what's going on? Like, come on in.
You want to toss my salad?
Yeah. You want to talk? You want to talk in here? You can set it down on the table. Oh, sorry, did I turn around?
You brought salad. Well, what about tossing some, baby?
Anyway, the only other thing, I'll keep it short and sweet because we've talked about poo enough on this freaking podcast. I swear to God.
Wait, we got another poo one? Bring it. I'm nervous.
All I'm going to say is,
oh God,
clogging someone else's toilet is a horrible feeling. And clogging somebody else's toilet while your sister did the exact same thing in a different state is even funnier, though. I didn't feel as alone.
At the same time?
At the same time. We were sending the same photo. We sent the same photo to each other.
Oh, you're calling her out. Hopefully
she loves it. Okay. Hopefully she just eats it up. Sorry, Taylor. Love you so much. Whoopsie. No, she's the best. Great. But anyway, today, you guys, is not going to be all about our straight candy moments. I swear to you, we're getting to the point. We wanted to talk about friendships, and we wanted to talk because friendships are important to have, girlfriends, guy friends, whoever they are, outside of relationships, and the importance of that. And a lot of people have been reaching out, and they're like, you know, you guys talk about relationships in general. You talk about dating. You talk about being single, red flags, deal breakers, all that jazz are all in our episodes prior, and we'll talk about it more. But friends are so fucking important to have. They're your support groups. They're your people that you can count on. They're your people that are always going to be there, you know, or maybe not. You know, they might transition as life goes on, but they're very, very important. So
we're talking about adult friendships. That kind of sounds bad, but
I know it kind of does.
It's like adult friendships. But no, we're talking about kind of that pre-college, post-college friendship vibe, and kind of from a single perspective versus in a relationship. And let's get into it, I guess. So
why don't you start about your dynamic with like making friends post-college and like being, because, well, you're single now. So, I mean, you can kind of mix that in where you want to, but you just kick it off with that.
Okay. So, yeah, in college, it's definitely easier to kind of fall into friendships because everyone's in the same proximity. It's pretty easy. You see them every day. You're taking classes with them every day. You might work out. You maybe do some social clubs with them. It's very natural to have friends in college because it's your life every day. After college, it is a little bit more different. You do have to put in a little bit of an effort because it's no longer the case of proximity in terms of making friends. So friendships for me, I guess, are people that I've kind of picked up along the way. Like I still have that OG group of, you know, maybe high school friends or college friends that I still see. But for me, a lot of it has to do with picking up those friends along the way because I find that I'm changing and I'm evolving. So it's nice to have friends that I now share those common interests with that kind of fit into my lifestyle. So
fit into your current.
Fit into like what I'm interested in. I get to see them on a daily basis because they're doing what I'm doing, or maybe
it's you're evolving too.
And I'm evolving, and you can't always be with those the OG crew because fact of the matter is that you'll probably outgrow some friendships, and you have to accept that. Nothing's to say that you can't still hold those friendships close if they still mean something to you and you still find a place for them. But for me, it's kind of nice because I like to kind of pick up those friends along the way as I grow as a person.
I like that you do that. And I think it's important, like the comment that you said there, that you're going to probably outgrow some of those people. And I think that you need to remember as a person that it's okay to outgrow people, and it's okay to not be close with everybody because you're not going to be. I used to have that issue, but it's okay if you're starting to drift and you don't feel the urge to reach out and make that connection closer. You don't need to hold everybody close. The people that will stay close are going to be there no matter how far away or how long you don't talk, but those ones that drift, it's okay to let them drift away,
and they can still be your friends. Maybe you see these people every day, but there's also friends that you can pick up the phone after months and it's like, wow, we pick up right where we left off. And that is also fine. So I mean, your friendships vary in closeness, they vary in how often you see each other, they vary in like the value behind it, they vary in what activities you do together. But yeah, so personally, like right now, I will say like the friends in my life are the ones. They're my rock because
they're your crew.
Yeah, because I will say like I don't have any toxic friendships right now. I don't have space for that, and all my friends right now are it's like very low pressure and no pressure, and
that's healthy. Yeah, I'm proud of you for that.
So I do have a lot of different interests. Like personally, I have a lot of different hobbies. So you kind of also have to keep in mind that not one friend is going to be able to tick all those boxes.
That's a really good call out, actually. That's a really good call out.
Yeah, and you can't force one friend to tick all those boxes either.
I have an example too.
Okay.
Let's say you have a really good friend and you guys love to go on to work out together. I'm like, go on long walks. I'm like, that sounds so like datey.
I'm so sorry. I just spilt my coffee.
Oh, did you?
All over you and your computer.
I didn't even feel that.
Let me just wipe this. You guys were drinking the largest
They're the
cup.
biggest cups of coffee I've ever seen.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay, so my screen's a little blurry, but that's okay. No, I was going to say, if you've got friends that you like to go work out with, and this one person, let's say it's Sophie, and we work out together, we pump iron together, we drink protein together like we are right now.
#FitFam. Wow, that sounded way too good. Manly.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
You got into that. No wonder you're finishing your coffee off. And
This caffeine is hitting me. My eyes are glazing over.
I keep doing the crisscross applesauce with my legs, like doing a little shuffle under the table. Let me finish my thought. How about that?
No wonder why people think we're always drunk when we record.
Clearly. We got seltzers all over the table too, just to make it even better. You have this friend you go work out with, but guess what? Like Sophie, let's just say this is a bad example, but it's like she doesn't want to go like on a whim and travel with you, you know, and that could be for any reason. Maybe it's like that she just doesn't feel comfortable traveling all the time, or she has anxiety flying, or she's busy, like doesn't want to leave her boyfriend, doesn't have the money to do it. Like,
talking about me?
No, I'm just giving an example of like,
I love traveling and I don't have a boyfriend.
No, I'm aware. Okay. I love you. But it's like those friends, they can still be your best friend, but they don't have to do everything with you. I used to get caught up in like, well, what the heck? I'm on a whim. I like to do things on a whim and be crazy and make random spontaneous plans. Like, are these friends really my close friends if they don't like to do that? They're not just like me. And it's like, you have to take a step back. Remember that not everybody's on the same wavelength. You're thinking that maybe they're not doing something because of X, but it really could be Z. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you're thinking like, oh, they just don't want to do that. They don't want to be like spontaneous and live life. Like when really they're tight on cash and they can't do it.
Exactly.
So anyway, I just had to make that point.
I like that point. That was a good example.
Thank you.
But yeah, like I said, it's hard. Like someone who can party with me, work out with me, work with me, travel with me, create content with me. You're not going to find one friend that can do it all.
I can't do it all.
You come close, but you're not quite there.
Gracias. I don't party as hard.
Gracias. Oh, hey.
No. Hey, there it is.
But I know. Actually,
you were going to say it.
Okay, I just have to bring this up because I was talking to my sister the other day, and I was like, I'm so sick of having to show up to parties and be like the life of the party.
Dude,
and
don't
be
take
the
that
drinker and be the, and I'm like I have a going away party this weekend, and I'm like, I didn't drink last weekend and it felt so good and I kind of want to keep it going, and people expect me to show up and like everyone's like, well, like, are we gonna drink? Like, is Sophie gonna drink? I don't know. I just like, I'm sick of having to be the life of the party and the party girl, and I'm really not. I just feel like there's a pressure to do it, and I don't know why I feel like that.
Only pressure that you put on yourself. So remember that you don't have to be anybody you don't want to be. And you know what? I can go to a party and be quiet as hell, or I can be loud as hell as I want to, but it ebbs and flows with how I'm feeling. So remember that. Like, and if anybody's like, are you not feeling okay? Be like, no, I'm feeling completely fine. I'm just having a more quiet day.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I'll still be loud and obnoxious and annoying as usual. I just don't want to have to drink. You know?
No, you don't have to drink whenever I don't. Hey, listen, once I let go of people peer pressuring me to drink, I freaking did whatever the hell I wanted. I don't care how many, like if I'm going out all night, I don't need to drink and I'm not going to, you know?
Yeah, very true.
So,
okay, I'm almost done with my history and then I want to hear you. The last thing I want to mention about like the way I kind of go about friendships is I will say I don't have like one best friend. Like I have very close friends. Like I have a very close knit of friends, but I don't really have that one best friend. And sometimes I wish I did. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's maybe because it's so glamorized in like films and everyone does everything with one person. But I don't know. I just don't have like one best friend. I feel like I kind of have like just a little
assortment. Everyone out there is thinking the same exact thing, that like I don't have this one person that checks all the boxes and is my closest person ever.
Yeah.
And even when you think that you have that, they usually have a few people like that.
Yeah.
So like always remember, even like I'm not going to name all my friends because a lot of them I want to respect their privacy. But like for instance, Emma is one of my best friends and she still has 2 other best friends.
And that's the way you word it too. I word it like she's one of my best friends.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I sometimes I'm like, damn, I feel like X person has like a really close girlfriend. They do everything together, like whatever. And it looks glamorized,
like
but on the outside, right?
Yeah.
So I truly believe that everybody's sitting there kind of being like, I don't have a good girlfriend. I'm like, no, be thankful for what's in front of you. You got a lot of good people in front of you that are there for you always. And
I've noticed that the girls that maybe do have like that one diehard best friend, there's a little bit of like a possession over it. And they won't introduce you to like their other friends because they're afraid that you're going to become close with their friend. And to be honest, I think that's so fucked up.
See, here's the thing with that. And I've had possessive friends. You have to lay down the law and put your foot down and be like, you cannot, like I've had to say to somebody, I won't lie, you cannot get mad at me for having other friends or going to hang out with other people. If you're going to be like that, then that's not a friendship I can support. Because
or like not introducing you to their other friends
because
connecting they're afraid. I
think they're going to get close.
Yeah. My favorite thing on the planet is to connect people.
I love when all my groups can hang out too.
Like when I host parties, like I am like, Andrew is a producer.
Yeah.
Oh, Syd hosts a podcast. You guys should talk. And then I walk away and let them connect. Like that gives me life, and I love doing that.
See, you're a connector though. Some people aren't like that.
Yeah,
I'm a
you
connector
are too.
Yeah, we like to connect our groups. Like I'd rather all my groups be hanging out at once than separated.
Yes.
And I don't like to because then you have to think about like, oh, this is this group. Should I invite this person? Well, I don't know, because I don't know if these people will want that.
Or
like want that, or do they want more, you know? So I think it's better. I think go in with the assumption that everybody can hang out and it'll feel good.
Yeah.
Especially
when the host is someone like near you who will make sure that everyone feels comfortable. So I don't know. Yeah. I just love inviting everyone to everything.
I do too.
Yeah.
But we're also total people persons.
Yeah.
People persons. Why did that sound so funny? We're going to use it anyway.
We're people persons.
I like to know everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I like to know people. It's not like I want everybody to be my bestie, but just being able to acknowledge that you know somebody is really fun to me. I don't know. That brings me happiness.
It brings a lot of opportunities. So just to like connect with random people, even if you might not be very close with them, if you say hi and make sure you see them in public and you actually like show your face, it just who knows what can happen in the future.
Exactly. And I think everybody has friends insecurities, and I really want everyone to know that. Like everybody has them. You and I have them like deep down, and they're there.
Yeah, days where you feel just alone and lonely, and you're like, I don't have any friends. And then the next day you're like out with 5 friends. You're like, okay, fine, I have friends.
I have them. But it's the ebbs and flows of life. It makes, what I always say is the downs, if there weren't any downs or they weren't deep enough, they wouldn't make the highs feel so good. So just always remember that and remind yourself that. But Taylor, I was going to say, my sister, she had kind of a weird time in college, because college is weird, you guys, like bringing it back to that time,
especially sorority life.
I was in a sorority. My sister was in a sorority, is in a sorority, I should say. And it's weird. You know, you feel like you have like these girls that you get pushed into the group with, but some feel forced. You know what I mean? You're like, I like you as a person, but I don't know if you're my people necessarily, but you feel like you have to be liked by everybody. If one doesn't like you, there's that added pressure. Like my sister's kind of going ebbing and flowing through that, and she kind of started having a bad attitude about it. And I said, Taylor, the one thing that will make you not have friends is having a bad attitude and not being kind and nice.
Yeah.
And she was like, damn, you're right. It's literally that simple as to just like smiling at people. If you see somebody out, say hi. What's it going to hurt? You're going to feel more awkward if you leave and didn't say hi to them than just to be like, what's up? Even if you don't know them that well.
College
I think that
is
makes
hard.
a difference. Yeah.
College is hard because it's like you don't want people to hold grudges, especially like, let's say you're in a sorority and everyone, everyone should be friends with everyone, but you might not like someone. Do you fake like them? I don't even know the answer to this. I'm just talking out loud. But I guess, what do you think? Like, if there's someone that you just totally don't mesh with, you don't agree with their opinion, you want to talk back, do you tell them you disagree and that you just aren't a fan of them, or do you pretend you like them? Because this is a good question. Like, I would say
my college self would have agreed with them and just like brushed it under the rug and dealt with it.
Same.
Yeah, you would have done that too. My person now that I am, I would be like, I don't agree with that at all. And honestly, your bad attitude is fucking annoying me, and I want you to leave my house. Like, I'm just changing. You know, I don't care to have bad people around me anymore, and we're not pressured to be around anyone anymore. You get to decide post college. So that's
the best thing that happens post college.
Seriously,
is you get to decide who you hang out with and who your friends are. So just keep that in mind when you have those ups and downs in college life. But yeah, I think you could kind of find a middle ground with someone you dislike. Is maybe let them know that you don't agree with them, but you want to be cordial and whatnot. I feel like that's a good way to go about it too. But
be optimistic too, I would say, because with friendships, like, even I'll be honest, like, some of the people I went to college with, I didn't really jive with, like girls specifically. Now we actually jive really well because we're both maturing, and maybe there's not like a weird jealousy comparison, the guys and the statuses and la 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 la, all that dumb stuff that doesn't fucking matter. So if you're listening right now and you're in college, I swear to you right now, none of it matters. And that frat boy probably is just a frat boy and he's not going to be the one and only. And if he is, good for you. But it's just like, you got to put it in perspective. Like, you're in a little weird community, forced to be friends. I don't know. I really think this is a good time to actually read our early Straight Candid advice, #StraightCandid advice, because it relates with today's episode. So this person writes in #StraightCandid advice, basically chatting about growing distant from friends in the years following college. So she's asking us to talk about that. I feel like none of my close friends are like me, and I have the same interest as me as anymore. All they want to do is drink and party, while I'm looking to have a gym buddy, sit at home and drink wine with one another, go on hikes, etc., and not be in a crowded bar blacking out all the time. What do I do? So,
also love her. Love that question and love you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know her. With this, you're just gonna have to accept that people are changing, and accept that you're not going to be friends with everybody anymore, And like we said, everybody's not going to check all the boxes. But maybe if your people are the ones that are, the people that you're surrounding yourself with are the ones that want to go out all the time and you don't, if they're making you feel bad for not doing that, then that's people you need to distance yourself from. If they're respecting your space, but they prefer to do that, you can still be friends just as much outside of that. But maybe it's time to open your eyes to the other friends that are around you. Like, I do have to say, for instance, Emily Essen, Spoolish Emily Essen, we weren't besties in college, but we started jiving like right when we graduated, because we're very similar in a lot of different ways. And I was like, oh damn, like you can be the girl to have wine with me at night when people want to go to Jack's, because she hates Jack's. She hates it. I'm like, I don't blame you.
Can I join that wine party now?
Of course you can. So it's just like, you have to open your eyes and start looking at the people that are around you in those areas that you like. Let's say at the gym, for instance.
So I want to say something too. So I think that for example, for me, it's nice to have the friends that go out. So when I want to go out, those are the people I hit up. Like, I have those friends for different things. When I want to go out, I hit up my college girlfriends and we're like, okay, let's do it. Here we go, Jax. When I want to have a wine night, I hit up certain people. Yeah. Cool. But I was going to say, expand your circle a little bit. And to do that, like I said, if you want to find those friends with common interests, hang out at those places where there's common interests. So she's at the gym now a lot. Like, maybe start chatting with people, maybe go to some new workout studios. And I guess we can kind of talk about like how to make friends, I guess. Yeah, I guess. And then you need to go into your history with friends and stuff. Or did it already come out?
It kind of did. Okay. I would just say, I have some advice stuff that I'll kind of like loop around with stories later. So let's just do that.
Okay. So how to make those friends if you want to find those people with maybe some common interests. Yeah. So like I said in the Hot Girl Summer episode, you have to say yes to everything. Say yes. You'll never know who's going to be there. This is kind of similar to dating, like putting yourself in situations where you're going to meet people. When it comes to friends, even better if you can put yourself in like an immersion type of thing,
Ooh,
whether that be
nice
like
worded.
yeah, like a retreat, or rather than one workout class, maybe go to 10 of the same time with the same people.
Ask your friends if they want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I learned that helped me make a lot of the friends that I have surrounding myself right now is go ask people to do things.
Yeah.
Just because somebody's not texting you doesn't mean they're not thinking about you. They might be sitting in their room thinking like, damn, I don't have people at all either. Like, you know, kind of like in their head too. You also, if you want to have friends that give to you, you need to give to them.
Yeah.
So reach out to people. Ask them to go to the gym with you. Ask them to go on a picnic with you if that's your vibe instead of anything
And
else.
I know some people are a little like, unlike us, like we're not timid. We're like, oh, I like her. We're like, oh, I like her vibe. I'm gonna ask her to hang out. Like that's how we are.
Yep.
But to those that maybe have a little bit of social anxiety, which I know is more common than we think.
Yes, of course.
As unhealthy as this sounds, alcohol is a great lubricant for this. And
with a little wine, yeah.
When it comes to like maybe you're out at a bar or like the girls' bathroom.
It's you
bar,
can meet a lot of people in there.
Think of that. Think of all the people you drive with at the girls' bathroom at a bar.
I will say the bathroom at a bar shows character. Let's just put it that way. You know people's true colors real quick. Snap of the fingers.
But I guess in terms of like for fitness, let's say you want to find more fitness friends, even social media, following someone and replying to their DMs, commenting on their posts, and just kind of like letting them know that you know them, that you're kind of interested in getting to know them. Yeah. It's like flirting. It's just like flirting. Totally.
I would say even with people that you know already, like let's say you met somebody in college or you met a friend of a friend, like way back when, you haven't talked to them forever.
Yeah.
Why would it not make their day to see your name pop up and be like, hey, I haven't seen you in forever. Like, hope you're doing well. I saw you did this. Yeah. Like I go there too, or I want to go there, or want to just grab a quick glass of wine and catch up. You guys, people want to be friends with people. Like it's a human thing, you know?
This reminds me of this girl that I kind of knew distantly in high school. We weren't in the same clique. We honestly like probably said hi to each other 3 times throughout high school. She just DM'd me on Instagram. She's like, hi, I just want to let you know that like I fucking love what you're doing. And I know we'd
so cool.
She goes, I know we'd vibe. Do you want to grab a drink sometime? And I'm like, yes.
Hell yeah.
And I just think I think that's so cool. It's so easy just to reach out to someone. And if you are afraid of that like one-on-one dynamic, because to be honest, a friendship date is also kind of nerve-wracking.
It's
You're
intimidating.
Like, what am I saying? Is she gonna have a third, have a fourth? It puts a lot of pressure off of it. So maybe invite maybe invite one more person. So it's not like, okay, back and forth. So what are you doing for a job? And maybe if it's not grabbing a drink, go do an activity. Rock climb, go for a walk, do something that's like not like sitting across the table from each other, maybe too.
Because it can be awkward at first. But I will say with friends, like, I mean, at first it's probably a little awkward because you don't know each other. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're dating a guy. And if it needs to be forced or it feels forced at all, you're probably not going to jive with that person. So it's not even worth wasting your time on. Great. They can be like an acquaintance for sure, but it's not necessary. Yeah. Also, one other idea that Ellie actually texted me because she's like, this is a really good call, Ellie. Bumble friend.
Yeah, I have that. That's my next.
Oh, do you have that?
Oh, that's my next bullet point.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
But thanks, Ellie. Yes. Bumble BFF, right? Have you used it, Ellie?
No.
A girlfriend's sister.
Okay.
Oh, you know somebody that used it?
Yeah.
And she has a lot of friends now? Cool.
Yeah. Yep. I know people that have used it when they moved to new locations.
Oh, genius.
And it's like my friend Maddie, who's moving to Kansas City, she met someone through, maybe it was Bumble BFF or maybe it was Instagram, but they grabbed margaritas together when she was visiting. She was like, yeah, it was really cool. Ellie has another one.
Sorry. Also with the Bumble and Bumble thing, if you invite like a group of girlfriends and make it like a cocktail hour.
Oh, a cocktail hour with Bumble and Bumble. Sweet. That's a really good idea.
So you can do a group vibe on Bumble BFF and do like a cocktail. There's another website called...
Damn, that's cool.
It's a website, not an app, but it's called Meetup. And it's like it's more like niche.
Heard of that one.
More like niche activities. So it's like if you want to cook Indian food, this group of people go and do it, and then all of a sudden you meet people that have
like
common
an excursion
interests.
thing.
So I think that's also really cool.
Wow, that's really cool. I love that.
And if you have the budget, I've always wanted to do this, but what is Ivy, right? Okay, so is it called Ivy completely? Ivy Adventures, something like that, where people go on like a 10-day vacation somewhere. Like I know Caitlin is doing a Colorado trip with girls hiking. Like think how close you would get with someone
that's
on
awesome.
That trip, right?
Yeah,
I know. I want to go.
If you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I'm not really a hiker. Or not a hiker. I meant a camper. I'm not really a camper.
Yeah.
I think it's the bed thing. I don't like sleeping outside. It's kind of a weird thing. Like
I'm a glamper.
I love glamping.
That'd be
glamping.
Fun.
And I love being outside. But when it comes to going to bed,
see,
I just want my bed, man.
I can do the sleep thing. I just need like a toilet.
You don't want me digging a hole?
Actually, not even a toilet fine. I think I could do the whole outdoor thing. I'm actually a really good peer and, shitter outside, but
really good peer and shitter outside. Are you putting that on your resume?
Yes. Yeah. But I do like running water of some sort,
Yes, that's fair though.
I could do it though. Like I definitely have camped before.
I don't love drinking the lake water either because I grew up on a lake. You can get these filters. I think
people just bring jugs nowadays.
Okay. Yeah, no. I went to the Boundary Waters and I didn't bring a jug. Yeah.
We just go fill out with lake.
I did. And I could see things in the water and I just had to be like, I'm so dehydrated from the sun. I feel like a grizzly bear is behind me and I'm just going to drink the water. I'm just going to do it. I was to note, I was in the Boundary Waters for 9 days.
That's awesome.
9 days off the grid. The first I was about to say 3 and my 2 fingers are up. 2 to 3 days were awesome. The rest I was like, what in the hell am I doing out here?
I was going to say, you told me this, but you hated every second of it.
I was also with my ex-boyfriend's family. They didn't get along. And I was like, I'd cry to him in the tent and I was like, I just want to canoe home. He goes, babe, you can't go alone. I'm like, I don't care. I go tell your mom we're leaving, please. He was like, no. And I'm like,
I had one hardcore.
I'm so upset.
I had one hardcore camping experience in Utah with my sister.
Oh, yeah, you did.
My sister is a huge camper. She loves it. And I will say I had a lot of fun.
You had a blast.
Yeah, I did have a blast.
Your mom was there.
But there's something about like dirty socks for a couple days that just really, really irked me. We would have to like shovel before we took shits and then cover it back up.
That's kind of nice. So you just like get rid of it. I just think it's kind of nice, right?
Just like,
by the way, that camping story was from when I was like 12 or 13. So it's not like I was like, this is last year. I was crying in a tent. Get me home. Like, God, get out of here.
Okay, what are we talking about? Friendships?
Okay, friendships. So let me just loop back around because we are, God, it always goes back to pooping.
Pooping during camping. And I think we're back to friendship chats.
I'm just going to run down my list a little bit and give you kind of my 411 now.
Okay, I'm going to shut up. Then you go.
And then
we'll pop in when I want.
Okay, deal. And then we'll do our straight kind of moments and we'll get you guys out of here, huh?
It's like I'm lecture.
I know. Get you guys out of here. I do that in my altar class. I think that's why. God damn it. Oh, ping ya. Jeez. Okay. So how to make friends in a relationship. I think our
ADHD is really bad today, and I think it's because of the coffee.
I know, Ellie. All your fault. I just wanted to say how important it is to have friends in a relationship, and your person can be your best friend and all that, but like, your girlfriends are your people. Your guy friends are your people. Like,
you mean while you're in a relationship?
While you're in a relationship. Okay. Sorry. Yes. While you're in a relationship. I cannot stress that enough. The independence needs to be there. You cannot lean on one person for everything. And in fact, you shouldn't really lean on anybody. You should be able to stand your ground and stand on your own. And, relationships as we develop are going to come and go. It's some of those solid core girlfriends and guy friends are always going to be there. And your significant other might come and go and ebb and flow. So just like know that when you step away from your people that have always been there for you and always had your back and you lean into somebody else who you're excited about, that's awesome. But do not neglect those friendships because that will end up hurting you in the end. You'll get the short end of the stick towards the end of that. But I just had to say that because I've learned from experience and just learn from my experiences and my mistakes. So, yeah.
The worst is when your friend starts to see a guy, which is, I guarantee we'll have listeners that are like, yes, I feel this, where your friend starts to see a guy and the friend just completely shuts you out. Like, gone. All I care about is this guy now because I'm boy crazy. I know it's hard, but sometimes you have to let that friend go through that phase and you can get that friendship back, but just know that those friendships can ebb and flow, especially when some girl's getting into a relationship.
Yes,
and
it happens.
It's hard,
it's
but
okay.
If you're the friend getting into the relationship, just make sure you pay close attention to that close friend of yours and like you check in every now and then and let her know that you're obsessed and you'll be back in
you'll check back in soon.
But I just think it's so hard because it's happened before and it's just it's difficult.
It is difficult, but I would say communication is key, just like in a relationship. You're with a guy, like you got to talk to your friends. Mm-hmm. Like Ellie before this episode was just telling us about how she checks in with her people too, and I was just thinking about that. It's like when I feel a certain way, I check in with my friends. I'm like, hey, I miss you and I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, or vice versa. Like, you know, and you just check in with your people, communicate. It's just like a relationship. You still got to nurture it. It's not just going to be there, and you have different communication styles. So some friends, like with Emma, like she's really good at telling you how she feels. And she's like, hey, I just wanted you to know that I really love you and appreciate you. And I'm like, you're one of my best friends and you're my people. And like that to me, I'm like, boom, our relationship, we're good. Yeah. And I'm good at like, you know, giving her a gift or like popping into New York or like doing what I can to get out there, you know? So it's just like, do those things for each other.
And I think the communication piece also in terms of like how you're feeling that day and maybe why you're acting the way you're acting.
Yeah.
Like me and you are really good at that, I think, too, because obviously we work together and we text every day, and you know, it's like there's always constant moving parts with us. Always. I think we're really good at checking in with each other with like, hey, just letting you know I'm PMSing. I'm also really anxious. I feel like shit today, so sorry if I'm sassy. It's probably a reflection of myself. You know?
It usually is too. It's like the other day we were texting about something and I was like, that comment was sassy, and you're like, your comment was sassy. I'm like, oh, it wasn't supposed to be sassy. And then I'm like, well, we're not going to sass each other anymore. And then it's over because we talked about it. It was easy. It's like, that's how friendships need to be. You got to trust each other to you know, call each other out and be good to each other.
And just know it does take a little bit of
like practice
too. And figuring out that person a little bit. Like Syd and I are very similar in certain aspects, but very different in other aspects. And it's taken us a little bit to kind of figure out how we work together and how we can communicate. And honestly, it gets better and better the more we're practicing and more we're, you know, learning each other and whatnot.
Because you can know how your person wants to be supported.
Yes.
Like you were like, I want to be invited to your other things. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh yeah, of course. I'm like, you know, you just have to be aware and like listen to people as they tell you what they need.
It's almost like love languages for your friends.
It really is though. It is. Okay, I'll zip through these last little pieces that I just wrote down and jotted down, then we can do our moments. But I don't waste energy on different people. I kind of said that earlier, which you guys already know, but I will tell you this, cool friends don't matter anymore. If you want to be friends with like quote unquote cool people, you're looking for the wrong crew. You know, like cool people don't matter anymore. Nobody's freaking cool. You're freaking cool. Find cool people that make you feel good and do things that you like to do. That's cool.
Yeah, and like cool, how do you define that anyways?
Exactly. I have no idea.
Like,
but
my friends are cool because I like them.
You know, but like, you know how people always talk about the cool crew or like the hot, like the Minneapolis crew or like the North Loop crew. People always have those weird things that I just hear in the background.
I feel like that's more of like U of M thing.
Maybe
like,
it is.
Because I've never tried to be like, oh, they're cool. Like I'm like,
I don't think most people will admit that they have those either. You know what I mean? But like, you want to be with the people that can cut the line at the bar or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of random examples, but it's like those people, just because you can do that with them doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean shit for later.
I'd be friends with those people. I'd want to.
Sophie.
So I guess I am.
I'm like,
oh, can I cut the line? All right. Hey, want to be friends?
With that communication piece, I was saying like never let it get to a blow up. That's what I was going to say. And don't hold grudges. Like forgive people. You're learning too. You've probably made mistakes. With people that need communication that's constant, if you don't like texting and talking during the day, communicate, or talking every day, communicate that. Like I can't do it. I'm way too busy. Stresses me out. My friends know that now. They know that it's not me disrespecting them or being MIA, but I had to tell them, hey, I don't like texting every day. It doesn't mean I don't love you. I know you're far away, but I just can't have that right now in my life.
When I text you, I never, ever, we know this both mutually though, we never ever expect a text back within like 10 minutes. It's like, we almost use it as like emails.
We kind of do. It's like, check your email. But let's see. I feel like I had one more little comment that I should say. You shouldn't have anxiety in friendships, and support your people. Yeah. They're your people. So absolutely when you're floating away from people in college, like just know you're going to find more people. You're constantly going to be making friends as you grow and ebb and flow, and just focus on what you need, and then those good people will come.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
I think we can end on that.
I think we can too.
Perfect.
Should we cruise?
Should we cruise? We can cruise. So we're going to do our
straight candid moments.
Ooh, that was not good.
Spooky.
Okay. Moving on. All right. Welcome to our listener Straight Cannon Moments presented by Bud Light Seltzer, specifically the Seltzer, Lemonade, and Iced Tea Variety Pack. Every week, you guys write in and tell us your craziest stories that need to be shared. These moments are things that don't quite make sense when they happen, but when combined, they make a hell of a good story, just as the Bud Light Lemonade and Iced Tea Variety Seltzer will combine to make one hell of a drink. So here we are sharing your experiences to make mistakes more laughable, moments more relatable, and candidates more common.
Boom. Cheers to that,
boom,
right?
Boom, boom.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. I was going to try to find my phone to whip out this Straight Cannon moment. Okay. So this girl actually wrote in, and I'm laughing because instead of sending a DM, I think you probably saw this in our emails. She sent an email, and at first it was a PDF that you had to click on because it was so long. And then I couldn't click on the link, so I emailed back, and I'm like, hey, like, for some reason, the link's not working. So then she sent screenshots from her notes. So this was like in a very elaborate story. So I'm going to do my best to paraphrase.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see this one.
I just want to get your take on it too. So long story short, or long story long, she was interested in this guy, and 4 weeks later the guy texted me again and asked if I wanted to get a steak at a nice steak restaurant.
Oh, we love that.
I didn't want to go, but my roommate begged and convinced me, as the guy seemed very charming, so I went. It was Thursday and he picked me up. We went out to a nice dinner. When we got there, he ordered a bottle of expensive wine, beer, an appetizer, a lobster tail, a New York steak. I felt bad, of course, because I didn't want to be an expensive date, so I just got fettuccine Alfredo.
Love that.
We talked and we were having fun, and he also happened to order dessert, my fave, of course. I was like, wow, what a guy. He then goes,
too good to be true, I already can tell.
Yep. He then goes, so heads or tails of this quarter to see who pays. I thought the guy was flirting and being cute, so I said tails. It fucking landed on tails.
No, it didn't.
I laughed and was like, oh boy, and you could tell he was so pumped that he won this little bet. The waitress came around and I jokingly pulled out my card, waiting for him to be like, oh no, I'm a gentleman, I'm not letting a pretty girl pay like you. But that never happened. I'm too nice of a person, and I was still in shock. I handed my card to the waitress, still waiting for the guy to say it was a joke, but nothing. Mind you, I was a very poor college student, and this guy had a well-paid job. I was like laughing about it when I was signing the bill, and I could not believe it. This guy still had to drive me home after dinner. We got into his vehicle, and I didn't say a word. He asked me if I wanted to go to a bar, and I said yes. Bring me to Chubb's, because all my friends were there on a Thursday, and it was 50 cents beers. Sorry, I'm not paraphrasing anymore. She goes, when I got to Chubb's, I bolted to the bathroom, told my girlfriends to meet me in there, and I just started bawling. The girls went back out to the bar, bitched the guy out, because I never would have had the balls to do it, and I never heard or spoke to the man again. So that was the first date from being back out in the dating world. It was traumatizing. Long story short, never let a boy trick you into flipping a coin for dinner. I feel as if the coin had tails on both sides, and he knew exactly what he was doing. LOL. It's a good laugh now, but it was a horrible experience. Sorry for the long story, but had to get the deets in there. I love your podcast and listen at work and just die laughing. You gals remind me of a lot of my friends. Keep up the good work. And if you even have time to read all of this, I hope it gives you a good laugh. Rock on.
Hashtag Straight Cannon.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What the hell?
I should have just said
this guy.
I should have just said this girl went on a date and the guy made her flip a coin, but I read the whole thing.
Steak, lobster tail, getting a
dessert,
expensive bottle of wine. I'm sorry, that is so not okay. Like,
do you expect a guy to pay on the first date?
I expect it to. Well, it depends on what we're ordering.
Okay.
I mean, if he asked me on the date, I kind of expect him to pay, just because it's like kind of like your gesture, your first ever gesture, and vice versa. If I was like, I'd love to grab a drink with you, yeah, I'll offer to pay, and I'd attempt to pay. Yeah, you know, but
kind of like who asks who, you think?
Yeah,
then?
Yeah,
okay.
kind of. I think
I'm into that.
It's kind of fun that way. Yeah. And I think if somebody's ordering everything, like, then whoever that person is that's really going all out on the ordering, that should be your job. You cannot assume that the other person's going to pick up your tab and know their financial situation. That's just so not classy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was going to say, on a first date, I do feel like the guy should pay. And like, I definitely offer every time, you know, and I like pull out the card, do the little, there was this meme where it was like trying to find a credit card, and it was this girl like just like slapping her body everywhere.
Or it's called the alligator hands.
Yeah.
They go, oh, I can't reach the bill.
Yeah.
No.
But I do, like, later on, if I go on more than one date, I always split the bill.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always done that just because I do have expensive taste and I don't want to order shitty stuff on the menu.
No, I get it.
I want the good shit. I'll pay for it, but I want the good shit.
Poor girl's getting a fettuccine Alfredo and this guy's like lobster tail, filet mignon, fancy bottle of wine, dessert just for you, baby. All right, heads or tails? They're both tails. Tails. Okay, weird. Tails. Like, no.
He probably has a fucking special quarter.
That's what I'm saying. And
messed up.
That's weird too. Like, just know, like, if your friend's in college, this girl's in college and he's I don't know. That is weird.
Yeah.
I would have been really awkward. I definitely wouldn't have pulled out my card. I would have told him right there at the table, honey, you ordered a lobster tail. And that's the exact reason why I'm not paying right now.
Kind of like that date I went on where it was like $400.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I was like,
almost said his name. Whoops.
I was like, oh yeah,
I'll pay.
I was like, and he was like, do you want to check the bill? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And then I looked at it and my eyes just went so wide and I was like, I definitely can't afford this. I didn't say that, but luckily he paid.
Well,
but I would have left that pissed and I would have never gone second date.
If you're on a date like that,
I would have cried.
And they're like ordering a lot of things and just be like, hey, I'm like a little tight right now. I got a few trips coming up. Like, I'm not going to be spending that much. And then that's when they can either realize it or be like, oh no, I got this tonight.
I forgot to tell you this.
What? There's something in my tooth. What are you looking at?
I was going to tell you.
You keep looking at me like this.
Because I was going to tell you when you were saying your straight kind of moment and say you also have another straight kind of moment, but I forgot and now I just noticed it again.
Something's in my tooth?
You've had something in your tooth this entire
What is
episode.
it?
I don't know. It's just like.
Is it greenery? I had a spinach.
Oh, got it. Wait.
What is it?
Got it.
Oh, it's probably coffee.
It's not coffee. It's green.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday. Thanks for listening. Go follow us on Instagram at Straight Candid Podcast. Producers, remember, we'll be emailing you, so keep your eyes peeled.
Don't hate us.
Don't hate us. We're trying our best. Keep your eyes peeled for merch because it's coming and dropping very, very soon. So get fucking ready.
Maybe not very, very soon, but very soon.
In my eyes, it feels soon.
We have like some like mock-ups. Let's just say that. And they look so good.
They look really good.
Really pumped. And then as always, at The Back Pocket Production, they do our visuals. And other than that,
our audio.
And our audio.
And have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Grab a seltzer, grab your friends. Have a blast. Be safe.
Bye. 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 You did have a little song.
What was it?
Little song.
Because she kept going like this.
Yeah, I kept.
You know when somebody looks at your lips, I was like,
because I wanted to kiss you.
She just wanted to smooch it. Hey.